Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you're happy watching this Disco no Saka coming at you with some more, Disgaea 5, Osu, Chronosu. It is a pleasure to see you, as always. A deep, distinct, and wonderful pleasure. We're just gonna do, gonna just like kind of screw around a little bit, I guess, and if folks have questions they want to ask or things they want to chat about, that'll be the thing, because Disgaea is something where I can kind of, sort of pay a little bit more attention to chat than, for example, with something like where I can't really pay like a lot of attention to chat. But I hope that you are doing excessively well, Kronos. Now, on Monday, today is Saturday, but on Monday, there will be a package that is winging its way across the world in your general direction. Now, I don't know how long that's going to take, because of all the COVID-y stuff and how that affects international shipping, but, it'll be on its way. It should have been on its way yesterday, but yesterday was kind of a mess, so, there was that. Didn't get things done yesterday that I wanted to get done, but what are you gonna do? Otherwise, now, like, I wanted to have gotten... Yosh! It'll be cool. I mean, I hope it'll be cool. I hope it'll be something that you like. Toss some stuff in there, because I can, and go with that. Now, I wanted to get all of the DLC stuff finished before tonight's stream, but that also didn't happen. We are in the midst. I gotta turn down, I feel like I want to turn down some of the... No, that's not... No, settings, thank you. Some of the sound effects here, because they feel very loud. That was weird. Okay. That's still weird, no matter how many times I hear it. Yeah, I mean, I think that probably works for sound-ish. I really don't know how I feel about that. It's a whole thing. Oh. I don't... Yeah. Do you think those are actual children? Or do you think that those are people pretending to be children? I started Katamari today, except I didn't. For some reason the game won't pick up the controller input. So that's stuck in the back burner. Oh no, that's too bad. I mean, yeah, that would definitely, I think, sour the air. Just at least a little bit. I do miss having access to Katamari Damashi. It's an awful lot of fun. Hungry! I don't have enough food. Can you hear it? The sound of my belly. It's noisier than city traffic. So kind of the opposite of me, basically. I mean, I eat, but I'm never actually hungry. Dokoe mukau desu ka? Very polite. The printies are very polite. We are working on the Disgaea 3 DLC with Almaz and Chainsaw Princess, whose name I, for some reason, can't seem to recall right at this exact moment. We've done the first stage of this already. Basically, they were having a fight that was going to destroy the Netherworld, and Kiria had to stop them. As one does Yeah. Kitty is very much like a David Carradine kung fu style character. Is this where all the commotion is happening? Yeah, some guy and girl from another netherworld just started fighting out of nowhere. It's crazy, dude. Update on the eye meets. Gonna see the skin doctor again in about 7 hours from now. I got my toes crossed, Kronos. I really hope that whatever's going on with these eye meets can be dealt with in a complimentary fashion. Hopefully also a quick fashion. What? A guy and a girl? Dude, they just started fighting with no regard for us. What a pain. Why don't they just take it somewhere else, dude? I've got a bad feeling. Could those two be... Ah, there they are. It's them, dude. Those two over there. Almaz, you're so pig-headed. Won't you just listen to me? So far the ointment's been doing good. Now my family doctor tells me to stop using it. Giving me a cream a second time. Like, do your doctors have any idea what's going on with your actual eye meets? Because it seems like a whirligig of treatments, and that's kind of, you know, it's a little bit odd. I'm warning you because I'm worried about you. Don't fight it. I think you missed the if there. Now, if my family doctor tells... that makes much more sense. Okay. I definitely missed the if there. Princess, please calm down and think it over one more time. Are you saying you won't listen to me? Then I'm done trying to convince you. My slicing hand will teach you a lesson. Now, Almaz, prepare yourself. I mean, Disgaea's got a pretty deep stable of very solid character designs. That's something that I'll always give the series. It has its ups and downs. It's got its swings and roundabouts. But the character designs are very well done. Ludo! Game's way too mechanically dense for this NB. I mean, Ludo, that's fair. That's 100% fair. On the other hand, I feel like you don't really need to interact with all of the mechanics. Like, I got the platinum on 4, but I feel like there's a lot of stuff that I didn't actually do. How you doing, Ludo? I hope that life is treating you very softly. Also, our headset is very crackly. I'll have to force you to go down the righteous path. Princess Sapphire, prepare yourself. Looks like they're going crazy. Young man, please stop them. Dude? Fighting them straight on isn't ideal. Isn't there any way to settle this by talking it out? No. I mean, it's Disgaea. You have to fight. Please, drop your weapons, you two. If you don't mind, let me help you out. Can you tell me what this is about? I am a wandering vagrant. I played through Secret Little Heaven in one sitting last night. Now I have a lot of feels. Secret Little Heaven. I'm not familiar with that, so let me just quick put it into the Google search just so I don't forget it. Also, if I could spell, That would be awesome. A secret little haven. So it's about vampires. What is this? According to Rock, Paper, Shotgun, if they ever decide to load, 2 years ago, Secret Little Haven is about finding sanctuary in a Powerpuff Girls style TV show. Huh. That's interesting. It's about being a teenage fan of a Powerpuff Girls style television show, probably more like Sailor Moon, getting hyped about a new movie that's showing at the weekend, and trying to stay true to your fandom when everything else is pressuring you to travel a different route. The route of being a normal guy, when that's far from how you feel. Huh. Okay. Alright. Alex Cole is a teenage trans girl in 1999 who's yet to figure herself out. She spends much of her free time on the internet browsing a fan forum for her favorite magical girls show and chatting with her friends. Join her on her story of self-discovery through friendship and media as she explores her computer for the treasures and curiosities of the early internet. Oh. Alright. That actually does sound pretty cool. If you ever play that, you should just prepare for a big cry since it's very relevant to your life experiences. I mean, it kind of feels like it, yes? If you got that Racial Justice Itch bundle, it's in there. I actually didn't get that bundle because when it came out, I had no money. Can you tell me what's going on? There's gotta be a way to settle this without violence. You're right. I have no problem with avoiding a fight. I don't really want to fight my princess. Hearing you say that, I feel the same way too. It's not like I hate you or anything, my dear Almaz. Looks like you two have calmed down a little. You should know that fighting will only lead to wounding each other. Yeah, it's not like I wanted to fight. If possible, I'd prefer to be friendly. But in order to do so, Almaz has to change his mind. If Almaz is not willing to do that, I can't stand down. I also want to be friendly about this. I don't want to fight, but I can't let you make these kinds of mistakes. Looks like you're arguing about something important. Aren't lovers' quarrels always stupid, dude? I mean, it's just like, it's petrol on the fire, basically. We don't mind watching as you two kiss and make up, dude. Why are you shaking, dude? Don't tell me you're embarrassed. Jeez, what a princess. Damn, Prinny, you have insulted me enough. I'm going to slice you with my bare hands. Also chainsaw? I believe she has a chainsaw. Princess, please calm down. That Prinny probably didn't mean it like that. Shut up! I'll destroy him on the spot. I wanted to resolve this by talking it out, but let's go. I mean, really at the end of the day, it's just fighting. It's all fight stuff. Now, you have the same sword that you had last time, but I could have sworn that I stole that. Oh, Sue! Black Lamb, good morning to you. I hope that you're doing very well. Life is treating you with gentleness, if not gentility. Like, didn't we totally steal that sword the last fight? Crap. Oh, and Rabbit! Pretties are honorary rabbits, I doth declare. I mean, I'm willing to go with it. I think that's totally reasonable. Can I, like, do a geo thing here? No? That is the suck. Boss Gang Gang. I mean, like, I guess all of my characters by this point are kind of bosses. They're all overlords. They've all got special abilities. And we're just gonna, like, wipe the hell out of these zombies. I'm kind of cheerful today. Just got through uni stuff. That is great to hear, Black Lamb. Black Lamb, when do you get your, like, your word back from the exam? When do you know that all of that is passed and taken care of? Or do you already know that already? Oh, these crackly headphones. I swear to God, they are just gonna... They're just gonna be the death of me. I already know it's all good. Fuck yeah! Woohoo! Black Lamb, that is so awesome. I knew you could do it. Like, I wasn't worried at all, but I'm super glad that you got confirmation. Right? PogChamp indeed. That is such great news. It seems like there's like a fair amount of like good news kind of floating, and that makes me really happy to hear. Ara. We can't hit this zombie. That's unacceptable. Good vibes zone, indeed. Mad Malk. The Malks were a clan in Vampire the Masquerade. Also, Vampire the Eternal Struggle, which is what I'm a little bit more familiar with. And they were the clan that was cursed with being crazy as their clan deficiency, which, yeah, is a whole thing. But they are who I identified with very strongly as a teenager, so I kind of go back to them fairly frequently. But ableist as fuck. No questions about that. Ableist in the way that only white 90s game designers could be, whilst believing that they were progressive. They were my favorite clan, though. I think they were very interestingly written. And as far as the card game, they were probably one of the easier clans to grasp as far as, like, how to construct a deck around their abilities. I did try to draw today. It felt really bad this time. Oh, that's too bad, Kronos. I'm sorry that it wasn't clicking off for you this time. And I gotta ask, but feel free not to answer, are you Italian? I'm not officially, but I have Italian roots. Both my grandma's Italian. Yes, it is a young rabbit lass, Overkill. And her netherworld, the netherworld that she hails from, is Toto Bunny, which is like a triple pun, because to in Japanese is one of the ways that you can read the kanji for rabbit. So it's like rabbit, rabbit, rabbit. And it's a netherworld for pacifist demons who don't want to fight. But of course she gets press-ganged into this war because a necromancer has made corpse puppets out of her parents. It's a whole thing. I held out for about 10 minutes, but I just kind of put down the pen. Not sure what it was, but I really hated how it looked. Despite the progress days ago, it's kind of like the same frustration you get from dying a dozen times in a multiplayer game. I can dig that. I can definitely dig that. Also, since I'm in the mood to brag, my grandparents' mother's side were Italian partisans who fought the fascists in World War II. Woohoo! Rabbit Lady is good, and actually, I want to jump back to what Ludo said, but to address what Rabbit said, Rabbit Lady is one of the few story characters who stays strong in the post-game. Generally, Disgaea has a big problem where the story characters are kind of crap compared to like what you can build from generic units, and usually story characters don't stay particularly useful post-game, like main story mode. But from what I've been reading, Usaria, who is the rabbit character, she does actually stay fairly strong and stay a useful unit, even like deep into the post-game. I was one nudge away from a sorry Twitter rant, but I remembered, oh, I don't do Twitter rants, so I dodged a bullet there. Okay. I mean, if you gotta get stuff off your chest, I don't think it's like a big problem, but on the other hand, if you're not comfortable with ranting on Twitter, that's cool as well. Or at least cool not to rant. We gotta get rid of these. Yes. And I think we want to get our rabbit out into the front. In this household, we love the partisans. I don't know how you can't... Hold on a second. I want to make sure I don't have my double negatives here in the wrong place. I don't know how you can... Positive grammar. Not love the partisans. They fought the fash. Like, straight up. At a time that we thought fighting the fash was, like, a good thing. I currently continue to feel that way, but I feel like there's, like, the trend towards maybe not, which really weirds me out. Like, I don't get it at all. Say! Alright, now we don't want to get caught up in Satsumi's attack here. So we're gonna have to hang back just a little bit. And you are weak against ice, so let's take care of you. I listened carefully I listened really hard to your carefully statement, and I think I confused myself. Carefully structured statement. I mean, I might have confused me too, Chronos, so it's okay. I listened way to partisan music. The question is there something such as too much partisan music? I'm gonna guess no. Probably no. But I could be wrong. I don't think I'm wrong, by the way. What are y'all? Zeroken is not like really a long-term strong character, by the way. He's okay, he's just not like... He's not great. You would think that his special, his like overload ability, to be able to create 4 clones would be really good. But the 4 clones all have like super nerf stats. So at the end of the day, not so much. Hopo put out a dev thoughts again. They're sort of addressing the condensed text issue. Oh, I'm gonna have to take a look at that. I do hope that they do something about that, because it's... I mean, it really is an accessibility issue. I asked some folks, by the way, on another Discord, because there's like on Twisted's Discord, there are a number of Risk of Rain 2 players, and I asked them about my issue, and they had no idea what was going on. The best advice that I got was to check with a guest account to see if like some of the settings had been changed. So that's something that I need to remember to do. Also, as much as I don't want to take a break here, but I do need a bit of a bio break, unfortunately, so give me about like 5 minutes. No cigarette this time, just bio. Oh, so we are back. Yes, we are back. My stomach is still kind of like a mess because I ate probably too much yesterday, and by probably too much, I mean definitely too much. Hey, yos kittens, how you doing? Have you got? Do I want to ask? Have you got some news about the apartment? Because you were kind of in the midst of apartmenting in the last stream. Fuck yeah! I mean, like, let me check before I fuck yeah. But also fuck yeah. When you say that you have an address, like, do you mean you got it? Like, it's yours now? Because if that's the case, like, super duper fuck yeah. We're definitely comfortable going with that. Oh, why are you out of range? There you go. We've got a few details to iron out, but all the boyfriend has to do is email, and we've got it reserved at least. Super Woo? Like John Woo's older brother, who is bulked up on steroids, Woo? I can't do the voice that really belongs to the level of Woo that I feel right now, but Woo? That's as close as I can get. It's like it's not good. It's not the best, but you know, I'm working on it. I'm trying to woo it. Also, even better news, if we do get it, it'll be ready in August. Woo! Alright, that was a closer woo. That was closer to the woo that I feel. Still not quite there. I want to steal this lad's sword. Oh, I done stole it. Take that, jerk. I like them apples. Probably doesn't like them apples very much. Now I gotta get my girl up here. No, don't defend. Don't be goofy. No, what are you doing? Lift. Lift. Like an ant. Now you are weak against ice. You're weak against ice. I guess that means ice? Fair enough. Right? It's mine now. 2-bedroom house for 10 tiny kittens. That is so, like... That's so good, kittens. That makes me so happy to hear. I hope everything just goes as smooth as silk for y'all. You got no problems. August is gonna roll around. You're gonna have this thing sorted. Less of a topic stream and more like a good news stream. I'm super cool with that, Kronos, to be honest with you. Like, there's so much going on, and there's so much that's not great still. Probably won't be great for some time. If we could get a couple of streams that are just people's lives are going well, good news is dropping for folks, I am 100% down with that. I got no qualms at all. It also saves us the problem of having to talk about other topics that would be conceivably gross. Homing eraser. I don't care about your homing eraser. Do I want this person's gun? Buttons! It is so good to see you, Buttons. I hope that you are very well tonight. Everybody's got good news. Everything's coming up Millhouse. Hopefully you've got some happy news as well, Buttons. Although, no pressure. If you don't, that's no issue at all. What do we want to do? I guess Rising Domination, Knockout, and Omega Star. Did we have an archer that got killed? I feel like we had an archer that got killed at some point. Poor archer. Hold on a second. Like, we could do a match change and then do a special rabbit attack, and that feels like it would be appropriate. So let's do that. Coney Pound. We're pounding the conies. Killer Spin on you. Also... Ice Fang? I think Ice Fang works. Yeah. I really don't think this character is going to survive, but I guess we can go all out. Or mostly out, at the very least. No, we don't want to kill our other character. That would be foolish. There we go. Poor Archer. Just was too close to that facade game from the early 2010s. Glad to hear there's good news. Life's weird right now, but I'm glad to stay optimistic. I'm glad that you can feel optimistic, Buttons. I mean, life is really weird. I think everybody's in roughly the similar pot. But, you know, if we could focus on things that are going right, that's are in the positive, because I know that sometimes the pronunciation's not really great. Things that are going right in the community or around us, and at least take some sustenance from that. Furniture Mochi, yes, they just toss everything into the pot. Don't know if it counts as good news, but I got my landlord to agree to renovate the dusty tapestry in my apartment and replace it with actual walls. That's actually, like, pretty good news, Ludo. Especially if you've got some allergy issues. Help me, dude! Don't make such a fuss over this. The real deal starts now. Prepare yourself. Princess, please stop. Now's not the time to get carried away. Oh, in that case, Ludo, I am super happy that you got your landlord to actually act on that. Hopefully the renovations won't cause too much stress in your living situation. Are they going to put you in like a loner place while they're doing the renovations? Or do you have to stay in the apartment while the work is going on? Fool! You're defending this Prinny? I want to be alone. Don't follow me. Princess, please wait. It's large enough, so I'll just stay there. Okay. I think I do have good news. My cat learned to come upstairs to my room on her own. That is great news. Kronos, I'm glad that you get to spend some quality time with the cat these days. Is she pouting because she couldn't hurt the pretty. I think so. It's been a long time since I played Disgaea 3, but if I'm recalling correctly, Sapphire is kind of like she's a bit of a chainsaw princess. Like, she's really gone all in on being a demon. Almaz is kind of weak-willed and vacillating. He tries to be the hero, but he's definitely like the third wheel of the story. Like, you've got Mao and Raspberry, and they're really kind of like the driving force of the Disgaea 3 story. And then you got Sapphire, because she's like, for her time, turning the tropes on their end. She's not the soft princess. She's very much like, get out there and accomplish this goal that she set out to accomplish, even if it requires vast amounts of ultra harm on anyone who gets in her way. And then you've got Almaz, and Almaz is just kind of like, he's very soft, which is not an issue. I mean, I think that should be decoupled from manhood, that you can't be like a guy or a protagonistic guy and also be soft. But Almaz is very soft, and he's very much like following in the wake of Sapphire. So he's kind of a nothing burger as a character. Of course, that means I have to manually carry her down. The top floor is the dog's domain, so she's often too scared to move. That's like the cutest, sweetest thing, Kronos. I want a pet. I want like a nice snake. Possibly a cat, but I think a cat is really too much upkeep for this apartment. Also, probably cat would destroy the skeletons that I have here. Which would not be cat's fault. That would not be the fault of cat. Cats just do what cats do. But, I mean, the skeletons are fairly delicate, so... Also, maybe cat would eat chicken skeleton? I have a couple of skeletons from my previous job buttons. I have a headless chicken skeleton, which is actually relatively large and is exceedingly fragile. I have a rat skeleton with a red ribbon on it. Well, it's more of a pink ribbon. Her name is Sydney, and she is super cute. And I have a bat skeleton that has actually taken a fair amount of damage over time, unfortunately, and probably is not long for this world. But I rescued those skeletons from my previous workplace because they were going to be thrown out in the trash, and that was not acceptable. I carried a live chicken once, good times. Sydney is super cute. Like, I really like Sydney. The chicken skeleton is more just that it's cool looking and I could take it, so I did. But there was like a couple month period where I was really longing for rescuing Sydney because I knew that she would be trashed, and like she was locked away in a glass case at the end of a hallway that it took us forever to get to as we're demolishing the school. It was a whole thing. Actually, wait, not good times. It totally ruined the chess game I was playing. Hold on a second. Kronos, I gotta kind of unpack here. you carry the chicken. So you carry the live chicken, but somehow it also ruined a chess game? Were you carrying the chicken while you were playing the chess? I'm very confused here. And that's okay. I don't mind being confused, but that girl can't go too far. If you're that worried about her, I'll get someone to look after her. It'll be a Prinny. That's a good idea. Also, I always forget that Prinny can fly. Oh, chess game. Chicken runs on chessboard. Wild goose chase to chicken. I mean, honestly, that sounds like the best chess game ever, but that's just me. She looked very sad. I wonder if she's still mad. Let's take care of your wounds first. Can you stand? I mean, some kind of poultry, in the end of the day. Kittens. Chickens, geese, turkey, pheasants. Is there really any significant difference between these different animals? Almaz! God, because Disgaea 3 is one of my favorites out of all of them. BD Deadly 1999. It is wonderful to see you. I hope that you're having a very good evening tonight. We are doing DLC from Disgaea 5. Also, Ludo, enjoy your workout. Stretch, hydrate, do all of the things that would make that healthy for you. Enjoy working out your vacuum. I mean, really though, right? Vacuums have got lots of issues. They need to be worked out. You said your name was Kelia. Did we say that? My name is Almaz van Alamandine Adamant. Even though I look like this, I am a hero. Now, we know that Almaz is a hero because he has red accented neckwear, which is kind of a thing for Disgaea. I feel like Kilia's the first one that kind of broke with this tradition. Fun fact, Almaz was originally a fake hero. I mean, it's been a long time since I played Disgaea 3, BD. But I am absolutely willing to accept your read on the situation. She is the mighty Sapphire Rodondite, the princess of the kingdom I serve. Actually, today is our anniversary. We came to this netherworld for vacation. Almaz was originally the guard of the princess, some nobody. Ah! Nice, kittens. You guys are fighting on vacation. That's rough. I thought we were gonna have fun, but it was all ruined because of the fight. From the looks of it, she won't forgive me so easily. What should I do? And as Almaz just said, him and Sapphire got together by the end of Disgaea 3. Like, I kind of remember some of their arc, but not super strongly. My problem is that, like, Disgaea 5 is the first Disgaea game that I played in English, which means that the previous Disgaea games are, one, fighting against time, because my memory is not really great at the best of times, and two, fighting against language gaps. So there's pretty vast swaths of the story of the previous games that I just don't remember. What do you mean? Never mind, just forget about it. What do you want to do from now on? Are you okay with the situation? Keely, of course he's not okay. The love of his life, the Chainsaw Princess, is off on her own someplace, angry. I'm just mad the villain of Disgaea 3, ironically called a superhero Aurum, isn't playable in this game. Yeah, that's a good point. They only have, Almaz, Sapphire, Salvatore, who I have feelings about, kind of on the fence about Salvatore. Mao and Raspberry are the playables from Disgaea 3. I thought you were helpless, but I guess I was wrong. Are all you familiar with Jenny Lawson books? Reminded because her books have stories about strange taxidermy animals she has acquired. I am not. Buttons? Is she somebody that you recommend? Somebody that I should have an eyeball on? It's not or only primarily those stories, but they feature heavily. Give me a second. Jenny Lawson. I'm gonna put her into the Google so that I can check later on. Bizarre thoughts from Jenny Lawson. Okay. Let's pretend this never happened. Furiously happy you are here. Informational technology? That's interesting. Broken in the best possible way. I really like the title of that book. Also, she's only 5 years older than I am. That's a thing. She sounds familiar, but I've never read her books, though. Like, that's kind of the thing for me, BD, is that I've kind of got this 16-year gap in pop culture knowledge where things kind of sound familiar, people kind of sound familiar, but I don't know from where and why. I do feel like I've been kind of let out of cryogenic storage. Let's get back to the princess together. I mean, that seems like a fair thing. Yeah? Why do we have presents? I don't know why we have presents, but that's super cool. I'll take it. RQ Advertisement Manager. Huh. Received a black belt. Received an eclair. Received a Hildegrim. Okay. Did we actually get those items that we stole in the last, Yeah, okay, so we got Genie's Blade. Oh! Erendite! That's the one that I stole in the previous thing that we didn't actually watch on stream, but... it's the first time it happened to me, BD. This is a whole thing. Overall, I highly recommend. She does occasionally fail to recognize some privilege in the way that she talks about things, but overall, she's great. Buttons, I will take that on strong recommendation. The next time I'm in a reading binge, I'll make sure that at least one of her books is in that, like, that slot. Because I do really want to try to expand my circle, my scope of authors that I read, because I do kind of walk the same paths as far as who I'm reading. And definitely that needs to be expanded upon. Now, I'm going to take like a really quick break here because we're at the 1 hour point. Going to have a quick cigarette, actually this time. A little bit of water. Maybe some whiskey. I'm not sure. She does write a lot about mental illness and growing up poor and how that can be traumatizing, but she does so in a humorous way. That's actually quite interesting. That's all I'll say for content warnings. I think that's fair. That gives us a pretty good image of where she's coming from and whether or not we want to engage with her particular work. But, as I said, I'm going to take about a 5-minute break. Any of y'all who need to drink some water, drink some tea, drink some milk, have a bit of ice cream, eat if you're hungry, do a nice bit of stretching if you've been sitting down for a long time, have the TOS approved controlled substance of your choice in a healthy way, and do that thing whilst I am coming back. Oh, so we are back, and you are here. Is a coloring book with each coloring page paired with a short story or small piece of writing on the opposite page. We color a lot when our hands allow, so we've done most of them. Been thinking about sharing, actually. I would love to see those buttons. Buttons, are you on the Twitters? Because if you are on the Twitters, I would be more than happy to follow you. Hold on a second. No, I feel like we've talked about this before, and maybe you're not? Oh, the memory dump is, I mean, it's a dump. No, but I've been thinking about making only Insta. If you want to, send your Insta via Whisper to Kronos or Hive, and they can put that into chat, because I would definitely follow you. I don't really do very much with Instagram, but I'd like to see what you're working on. Let's see, did we heal? I don't remember. Send to me. I don't think Hive is present right now. Excellent point. Yes, Hive is not here. Which should tell you how badly off the brain meats are. Alright, let's wrap Almaz's and Sapphire's story. I wonder if Princess is okay by herself. Hey Prinny, how long will it take to meet up with Princess? We're almost there, dude. You're a unique guy, Kiria. You really didn't need to come with us. You might be right, but Almaz's earnest feelings made me come. Did I do something? Don't worry about it, just talking to myself. Look over there, dude. Isn't that the princess? It is! Princess! Princess! Are you okay, Princess? I was worried about you. Princess, what's wrong? Did you forget? You and I are in the middle of a fight. Don't talk to me so lightheartedly. You're right. When I saw you, I was so relieved I totally forgot about our fight. I don't have anything to talk to you about. I'm going somewhere else. Princess. Don't follow me! Copying the URL for the Instagram on the app is literally impossible. Oh my god. Is there a screen name that we could search for? Keep together, Almaz. You're a hero. Please wait, Princess. Don't try to stop me so easily. I said I want to be alone. Don't make me... Princess, can we patch things up? Can we put a band-aid over this wound in our relationship? Patch things up? I can't patch things up so easily. If I don't clear things up, then I'll feel awkward. Princess, I was being stubborn because I wanted you to listen to my story. I'm sorry. I thought about apologizing a bunch of times, but my pride got in the way. so I couldn't. But after we fought, I was finally able to realize that I just want you to live a happy life, Princess. So, can we patch things up? Thank you so much, Kronos. Let me pop that in my own Linky-doos. あれあれちょっと待って。コピーはいはい。ペースト。えなんでなんでなんで Oh, okay, that works. I guess we don't need the new tab. We can just jump into it. Can you see I'm losing my marbles? It's marvelous. Wah, wah. Is this picture of you up on the top? It says, I don't know if this is you, but it says Folk Dream, a Pinch of Light. It's a really nice picture. Alright, we got some nice coloring going on here. See how much you've changed. Indeed. I think this keeps on like throwing things too far down for me. But there's some really nice art on this. And also your ink work is pretty slick. I'm a big fan of the tats. And the green hair, by the way. As a friend of mine, I thought the picture looked like a folk band album cover. Like, it totally does. It has a very 90s feel to it. And I'm definitely down with that, so no issues on that account. Almaz and that princess have it pretty good, dude. It's very, like, Juliana Hatfield. They finally settled everything. Or did they? That's a cheap trick. I envy anyone who can rock that traditional coloring. I'm pretty sure all my traditional drawings got worse after I started coloring them. Yeah. Do you think so? You just spilled your feelings. What am I supposed to do with these ill feelings I have inside of me? Almaz, assume your stance. I don't want you to forgive me like that. Coloring pencils are a serious learning curve. Huh. Shut up! I can't let this end with you being the only one who got hurt. We should both be hurt. Kiria, what should I do? If you really care for her, take her on, full force. That seems like weird relationship advice. It's better than going at it half-assed. No one else is here, so it shouldn't be a problem. Okay. I won't allow you to hold back. Come at me with your full force. I guess. That's certainly a thing. We got some new items that we could steal. I don't think there's... Oh, okay, there is a way to get rid of those geopanels, so we're gonna do that. And I kind of want the Trishula, so let's focus there first. Zero Ken, you are only worthwhile as a stealer, so steal. Yosh! I like this princess. Her reasonings are silly. I mean, it's Disgaea, so there's gonna be a certain amount of, like, silliness going on. Which is all to the best, I think. Like, you could play the stories of Disgaea very straight, and I think that they could be fairly dark. But the game doesn't really seem to be very interested in doing that. It just wants to kind of be goofy. And I appreciate that. I'm 100% okay with that. Yeah. Yeah. That's more or less the character I want Viola to be if I ever actually write a story for a game. Fair enough. We do need to get our rabbit out. I think that's an important thing here. I can't kick anybody. That's not cool. Well, I can kick all my own people, but that doesn't seem to be very smart. No, it's super cool buttons. Like, is this rabbit overkill? The rabbit can definitely overkill. Rabbit has got some ups. On the character rabbit, which is why we're gonna use a her right here, but character rabbit here, Utsalia, has got some serious ups on her, and she can wreck face pretty easily. Buttons, I am so glad that you felt comfortable enough to share your art here. It's really cool, and I'm gonna put a follow on you as soon as I figure out how Instagram works, because, like I said, I don't really use it very often. Alright, all these folks have they gotta die? That's basically what we're going for here. I think we're pretty good as far as the dealing death. I don't have an Insta, sadly. I don't even know if I have an Insta, to be honest. I've been considering making a Twitter for this stuff anyways. I mean, Twitter can definitely be useful, and I would be lying if I said that I hadn't gotten a fair amount out of Twitter, but, you know, it's definitely your mileage may vary, and I think you kind of have to keep on top of your timeline to make sure that you're not getting too much crap that is off-putting at best. Twitter's pretty convenient, but tread carefully. I mean, I think Kronos has got it right. Twitter can definitely be a bit of a minefield, even at the best of times, and it's definitely not the best of times right now. These poor Prinny, they are not doing anything to help their position. Honey wa Hollow! That's a tooth for a tooth? That's a fair warning. We would want to do Twitter in a very intentional way. I think that's... I mean, it's probably the best way to go about it. Just keeping on your toes, thinking about what you want to engage with, and how you want to engage with it. Can I steal one of these? I don't have my really fast lad, because he's kind of busy at the moment. Achoo! Well, give it another shot. Acha! Come on then. Alright, Rabbit running on the giant Prinny. You can pull this off. Yosh! See? She totally had it. Now we're gonna hit them with some explosive elegance. And just kind of grind down the actual bosses. The base enemies here, they've got like nothing going for them, so that's not really an issue. How do we want to do this? Get Risco up there. And I guess throw Risco one more time. And she should be able to hit somebody. Oh my god, Omaz is already dead? Oops. Isn't that a shame? Huh. See, the problem is this boss is strong against everything. Twitter is the #1 source of irony poisoning in the World Wide Web. I mean, fair? Honestly? Irony is usually the best thing that you could hope for from Twitter. Yeah. Let's go. You can do it. You totally not kill that boss, but you did a good job. You got 10,000 out of 60,000. It's not bad. It's okay, I guess. Damn, the counterattack on this boss is certainly something. Not something good. definitely something bad. Okay, so we can actually hit him. That is important. Now we'll move a step back. Hit him with our ice. I don't think this is gonna do the trick, but it's worth a shot. Hohoi! But the star spells should knock a fair chunk off of this boss's HP. And of course rabbits. Can't forget the rabbits. Oh, crumbs. No, we don't want to do that, do we? That's definitely a problem. Huh. How do we can't use this character, unfortunately. Because everything we try to do with them is gonna get him hurt. It's gonna get somebody hurt. But not the boss, which is the problem. Crumbs! Alright, let's go with this. Let's see how we do it. It's 1407, that's no problem. $64.51. Alright, well, we need to do 41,000 points of damage. I don't know if that's possible in one shot. We're 25. Alright, we're getting there. 28. 30. Well... Wait, somebody died. Who died? Seraphina died. She's not really important to the scheme of things. I love how a sizable amount of attacks in this game just straight up blow up the planet. Don't need to worry about power creep if everything always dies. Basically, yeah. Oh, we actually get to see the overload for our bunny girl. Bunny Girl's overload is Murmur of Rage. It does a straight across the board damage to everything on the map and gives her a berserk mode with a super awesome attack, which we're going to see right now, called the Berserk Blast. And this is probably a Berserk Stream. This is probably one of my favorite special attacks in the game. It's just very well animated. Unfortunately, we can't see it because of the map, but... The shriek when she does her attack, and then the shriek afterwards when she gets the level up, is just so well done, and it's so out of character for that character that it kind of circles back around and actually works. She's a very angry bunny. She has issues. You're pretty good. Just as I expected, Almaz, even though I killed you in the first turn. She's one of those characters. You know, the one you don't want to piss off the wrong way. Oh yeah, definitely, like, Usalia is actually a pretty interesting character because they, for the most part, they retain her sense of being a moral center for the group very, very well. But to counterpoint that, like, her actual story is pretty brutal. So there's this necromancer that's being hired on by the main bad dude. And the necromancer comes to Usalia's netherworld and puts a curse on Usalia that if she doesn't eat curry every day, she will activate her berserk mode and destroy everything. And Usalia hates curry. This is the curry curse, yes. So, but Usalia's just a kid, you know, so, like, her parents are trying to find a curry recipe that will work for her, but she's getting really sick of just having curry every day, even though she has to. Her parents find a recipe that is, like, actually, it's perfect for Usalia. But she has a temper tantrum, and it's like, I don't like this curry. I'm not gonna eat it. I'm gonna run away. A lot. She's just sick of curry, which is fair. That same day, the necromancer, like, kills both of her parents, animates them as servitor corpses. So the last thing that Usalia says to her parents is like, you both suck, I hate your curry, and then she runs off, and then the parents are turned into zombies, and it's pretty grim. Oh, Pander! Yeah, we were talking about Usalia's curse of curry, and the grimness of the story of Disgaea 5. I hope that you are doing very, very well, Pander. Why does this keep happening? You did kind of jump in, like, in a bit of a grim spot, but, like, we can set that aside for the mo. But everybody seems to be doing pretty excellent today, and I hope that you as well are doing pretty excellent. Princess, are you okay? I totally forgot to hold back. This is fine. I told you I wouldn't allow you to hold back. Damn, to have your cooking abilities mocked as a parting gift. If there was anyone reason to come back from the dead, well, I mean, it's actually fairly touching, depending on how you read the story. And I think the voice actors did a pretty good job with it. The writing team, the translating team, maybe not so much, but the Japanese voice acting carries it pretty well. It's really sad. Usalia's whole backstory is just, like, really miserable. But, like, she manages to continue being the kind of the bright, hopeful, moral center of your main team, which is really cool. Actually, Pander, that's it's really interesting that you mentioned that, because there's a skit that goes into that we can take a look at after I finish up this cutscene. But that is directly addressed by the game, and it's wonderful. I said I'm sorry. Because of my personality, I always let my pride take over. No, I'm sorry. All of this happened because I said something stupid. We're in the same boat. You're right, Princess. Can we get back to acting normal to each other now? Love! Of course. I'm glad we came here on vacation. I like you all over again, Almaz. Like, their relationship doesn't seem healthy. Thank you, Kelia. Thanks to you, we were able to patch things up. Thank you very much. I mean, I think in the last Twisted stream, I think that we determined that a gun was a sandwich, so... No, it was you. If you have any problems of your own, let me know. I'll do whatever I can do to help. Almaz became an ally. And not just Almaz, I'll help you too. Gunpowder is Sky Sherbert. I mean, okay, I'll go with that. By the way, what were you guys fighting about, dude? Seems like it was really serious. Oh yeah, I never told you why we were fighting. It's not something we should hide from you guys. We were fighting over... Which is better, chunky peanut butter or smooth peanut butter? Disgaea, don't stop being Disgaea. What? Don't you get it? We were arguing over which peanut butter sandwiches to get, smooth or chunky. I prefer chunky. And I like smooth. If you want to enjoy the pure savoriness of peanut butter, you gotta go with the smooth, right? What are you saying? Chunky has the texture and brings out the flavor. They're gonna start fighting again. That's the reason you two are fighting? But we all learned a valuable lesson. We'll make sure to eat and share both kinds from now on. Yes, it's good to change it up sometimes. No, it's all about the chunky. You can't call a peanut butter sandwich with smooth peanut butter good, dude. What? If you badmouth a smooth kind again, we're gonna have words, dude. What bread goes best with peanut butter? I would say a basic wheat bread. I'm not super down with breads just because I don't really have an opportunity to have a lot of different types here in Japan. But my favorite breads back home were flaxseed, which is a very heavy bread, and flaxseed goes really well with soups because it can soak up the soup really well, but the bread generally doesn't break. But I don't think flaxseed would be good with peanut butter because peanut butter is kind of heavy and flaxseed is kind of heavy, so it feels like it would be like just like a really Like it'd be a bolus in your stomach. Wheat bread is pretty good, but if possible, I'd like white toast. That's fair. That's absolutely fair. Wait, hold it. Calm down. Hey, you guys! Be nice to each other. You hate wheat bread. Now that's interesting, Panda. Do you mind if I ask, is there a particular reason why you hate wheat bread? Fighting is not the answer. We have to be nice to each other, right, Almas? Yes, Princess. Being nice to each other is a beautiful thing. Yurushitesu! That's interesting. I can't really say why, it just brings down any meal as a part of. Huh. See, like, I kind of got the same feeling with Wonder Bread, like white breads. Because as a kid, I grew up with white breads. Like, I had a lot of sandwiches for lunch growing up. And most of them were like white bread sandwiches. So you got turkey on white, you got salami on white. And like white bread to me is very dull. I prefer any kind of seed bread. No, that's fair. That's absolutely fair. Seed breads, generally speaking, weren't something you could pick up on the cheap at the grocery store. Like, I lucked out because my dad would make flaxseed bread. But once I went off for university, basically, seed breads weren't really available within my budget. Oh, but I could go for some flaxseed right now. Alright, we're going to take a quick pause here. Then we're going to come back. We're going to take a look at that curry skit. And, I don't know what we'll do after that. Probably the Disgaea 2 DLC. I was a Baker Faye. Oh, that's right! Yes, you have talked a little bit on the side about doing your bakings. I'm gonna have to ask you about that a little bit more. I was kind of against white bread till I awakened to the beauty that is toast about a year ago. I love the fact that, like, toast for you was a discovery just a year ago. It's kind of beautiful, but good toast is transcendental. This is true. This is 100% true. But let me grab my break. I'm gonna have a quick break. I'm gonna come right back. Oh, it was a transformative moment. It's up there with having lobster for the first time ever. I've never had good lobster. Don't know if it's because I spent $50 on it, but it never wowed me. That's a shame. We've talked about on streams previously, but like I do like lobster, but it's not something that I can really have very often. It's a little bit too rich for my taste, but like once every couple of years, to sit down with a nice lobster plate is pretty yummy. Let's see. Oh, Hive! Hey, how you doing, yo? I hope that life is treating you very, very well. How is the chatting going? Pretty well. I mean, nothing particularly heavy to go about. Life has been relatively quiet, and that's perfectly okay. Where is our curry skit? Till when is it considered a curry? So this is talking about Usalia's curse, and Usalia has to have curry every day so that she doesn't become the berserk mode Usalia. The spell is regulated by eating curry, right, Usalia? Yes, Plip. About that, what makes it qualify as a curry? Can you just dump curry powder on something? That's an interesting question. It doesn't seem like it has to be curry with rice. Can you get the effect just by drinking curry roux? If you're asking what technically counts as a curry, Usalia doesn't know, Plip. Then should we just try it? Sounds like fun, I'll help too. I'm worried about these people. First, let's try curry bread. Nom nom. This is delicious, Plip. Usalia, we're not testing if it's delicious or not. Can you tell us if it's working? Next, we'll try this curry-flavored snack called Namaste Flavor Mount Maharaja. I can't stop eating it, Plip. Did you hear what I said? What about this? It's called Chef's Special Hashed Beef Rice. It's delicious. I give it 3 stars, Plip. It's not even curry anymore. So, what's the verdict? Let's leave it as an unsolved mystery. So, basically, they don't know what works as curry. But curry is, Plip. In the Japanese, it's actually pyon, and pyon is the sound of hopping or jumping. I don't know why they chose Plip as their English onomatopoeia, but every Disgaea has characters that have like a weird verbal tick, and pyon is Usalia's verbal tick. And that's actually also lampshaded in the in one of the skits. They ask her like, why do you always say pyon at the end of your sentences? And she's like, well, I think it'll make me more marketable as a mascot character if I have a cute way of speaking. Maybe if they wipe her knowledge of curry, curry conceptually no longer exists and cures her. I mean, it's possible, I guess. What is Almaz's and also Sapphire's evility? want to check those out. Sapphire is listed as a robust princess, by the way. Nothing too special this go about, Hive. It's been a bit of a quiet night, but just kind of chatting back and forth. Buttons put up their Instagram account, and there's some really beautiful art on that account, and I wonder if I still have it copied. Apparently not. Where, trying to copy this. There we go. It's got a dot in it. I mean, it happens to the best of us. But absolutely, give Button's Instagram a look over, because there's definitely some cool stuff going on in there. When HP is under 50%, increase attack and defense by 50%. That's not so bad. Oh, Trepley! Hey, how you doing, yo? It is wonderful to see you. I think we're gonna do like one more DLC pack, and then we're gonna wrap things up for the evening. I was meant to send this link, but I'm slacking. Oh, have we got another link? Oh, it's the same link. Okay. Good. I hope that you are doing very well tonight, Truffley. Nothing is getting you down too much. A princess from a certain kingdom. Though she married Almaz, she's still a killing machine. She wants to be the greatest. I think we should support her in that, really. Oh, that is really good to hear, Truffley. That makes me quite happy. Promoted from hero wannabe to real hero, he came to Evil Academy on his honeymoon, but became Mao's servant instead. Okay. Hero's proof. Against overlords, increase attack by 40%, decrease damage taken by 30%. That's actually not bad, to be honest. That's a conversation I'd be very interested to participate in some time. What conversation did I miss? The other day I had a conversation about whether or not therapy and diagnosis is exclusively a form of individualized consumption, and therefore whether it is moral or not. Huh. I'm not sure that I'm gonna have to switch to workout music now. Have a nice evening, y'all. Ludo, thank you so much for dropping by. Good luck with your walls. I hope that whole renovation works out for you and takes care of some of your allergies. I do hope that you enjoy your workout. Ludo is kind of buff. It's pretty slick, actually. Like, if I needed to be escorted through the rough section of town, and I didn't have one of my crowbars with me, I think I would want Ludo by my side, because I'm pretty sure that Ludo could throw down, like, the fists. I think Ludo would throw down those fists, and it'd be a thing. Hive, I'm not sure I quite understand the question of morality as far as diagnosis and treatment. Do you mean in the sense that, like, not everyone has access to these things? And so, is it moral for myself to avail of diagnosis and treatment because there are others who might not be able to? I have even thought about sharing a free bodyguard service for LGBT people. I mean, I would trust you with that. I would trust you with the safety of my physicality, Ludo. What do we got? A Dell episode of Disgaea 2. Might as well just jump. Why not? We'll end up with Adele, and really of that set, Axel is the best character. I need to write a story about someone walking through a rough part of town with her own crowbar as protection. But have her pull out a portable magic door that has a bar full of crows in it when she gets in trouble. I mean, it works, Pander. It absolutely works. I'll get into it when I'm at my keyboard resume. Take your time, Hive. And if we don't get to it tonight, then it's something that can always be on the docket for another stream. I don't want to make you feel like you've got to rush to kind of unpack this situation. It just seemed really interesting to me. As always, when we talk about crowbars, I should point out that there are a wide variety of crowbar sizes and a narrow variety of crowbar shapes, depending on what your personal needs might be. My smallest crowbar, which is not the smallest crowbar available, it's just the smallest one that I happen to own, would easily fit in a cargo pants leg pocket. It would probably bang against my knee, so I don't generally, put it there. But it's relatively easily concealable, with little trouble. I managed to lift my fluff friend earlier. Was it like a full-on deadlift, like straight up above your dome? A squirrel girl with a crowbar would make for an excellent beat 'em up. I mean, someday, Kronos, I will star in an indie game, and I will have my crowbar, perhaps more than one. But no, well, I mean, cause like Skullgirls is kind of off the table right now. Because Mike Zed is a giant raging douchebag, which is a shame because when you get down to it, there's really not a lot of Squirrel Girls in media. You've got Squirrel Girl, of course, from Marvel, and the later Marvel takes on Squirrel Girl are very wholesome and uplifting. And I really need them in Dead Tree format because I would like them in my library. And then you've got Makoto in Skullgirls, who is honestly a little bit more sexy times than I am personally comfortable with myself, but she does kick ass. And then, like, there's not really anything else except for me. Not completely deadlift above my head, but I held it for about a half minute. I held them in a shoulder sight. Crowbar is a perfect place to serve to a drink a murder of corvuses. Corvi? Oh wait, no, you're right. Okay. Yes, BlazBlue. Not Skullgirls. So, Makoto is not cancelled. Although she is definitely her character design, clothing style, her fashion sense is like way too sexy times for me. But, you know, I appreciate her confidence and the fact that she can myrtleize the hell out of people. Definitely BlazBlue. It's not Skullgirls. I get the two of them mixed up. Like, BlazBlue and Guilty Gear, I constantly mix up. And then I mix both of them up with Skullgirls, because Skullgirls is like the only fighter that I am even slightly decent at. Even though the art style is completely different. And I think the character I was thinking of in Skullgirls is Misfortune, who's the undead cat, where all her body parts fall off. BlazBlue is a fighting game. BlazBlue is a fighting game. I've been thinking about the diegetic arguments some people jump to defend shittiness in media. There's a lot of them, and 99% of them suck. The diegetic arguments. I came up with fluff friend as a term meaning a non-sexual gender term for partner in a relationship. I mean, I think that sounds fair, truthfully. It's a very soft term, and we appreciate that. But it is not, like, overtly sexual. I have Continuum Shift somewhere. I think I have Continuum Shift as well. And maybe also... oh, what's it called? Central Fiction? Because J-Side PSN keeps on releasing, or PS Plus, excuse me, keeps on releasing BlazBlue as a free game. I think there have been like 3 or 4 that have come up as free games, but I haven't actually downloaded all of them. Oh, we were talking about Squirrel Girls in media. Truffly, have a wonderful sleep tonight. Thank you so much for dropping by, even if it was only for a little bit. And I hope to catch you the next time that you're doing one of your own streams. There's a distinct paucity of Squirrel Girls in media, Hive, which leaves me, of all people, as the Squirrel Girl that little Squirrel Girls might look up to someday, which seems like just a giant problem. Axeru! In the name of my name... oh, wait, wow, that just auto-scrolled? I missed everything that Axel was saying. Damn it! I heard demons were getting restless, so I came to see a martial arts tournament. Call the stream now because I was having a shower. I'm glad that you dropped back in, Black Lamb. We're gonna do, I think, one more DLC pack. So it should be about 3 battle maps. Let's see how far we can get through with this. The winner gets 10 billion hell. That's a lot of money. No wonder they're getting restless. I have been forbade from using my computer, so I'll use the iPad. Wait. How come you're forbade from using your computer, Hive? Didn't you just, like, set up a new one? I thought you were doing, like, a new computer build. It's the same as viral from Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. Nobuyuki Hiyama. Huh. I am not familiar, but I feel like I should be. Nobuyuki. I can't spell. Hello. Nobuyuki. Second person to come up in the Google search. Oh my dogs. He's I mean, he's got a whole look going to him. This picture of him in the hat is it's a thing. It's definitely a thing. He's aged. I mean, I don't think that the angle the picture was taken at was particularly flattering. But he's aged. Definitely, you know, that's a thing that happens with people. Sometimes they age. It's not their fault. This is the guy that does Axel? No shit. There he is, yeah. I love it. I totally love it. Hive, why aren't you sleeping? That is, a question, yeah? I mean, I do like Axel's voice. I honestly will not throw any shade. I don't know anything about this person. What they're like as a human being, or what other work that he has done. But there's always that disconnect, you know? Where you see a seiyuu, and you see the characters that they voiced, and it's like... yeah? No? Can't see it. This place is so cramped, plus the air here is bad. I don't want to stay here long, Adele. First of all, I'm really worried since the event is being hosted by Axel. I think my favorite is Aoi Yuki. She's got an insane vocal range. You've got a good point. But if they're going to be strong competitors, I'll join, whether Axel is the host or not. Hello? Oh my god, is that an Adele joke? Because in this house we don't love Adele. And we definitely don't love Hello. Because Hello is the most moosey-faced, just get over your past bullshit song ever. No, this is me being on my iPad. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. I thought we were gonna be working some Adele jokes in there. By the way, since you're going to participate in battle, don't you dare look pathetic. Now we see that Adele has the red tie, which marks him as the hero. Defeat the enemy with grace and elegance and become the champion. Of course, with you here, I can't do anything embarrassing. My Adele opinions are very limited. Honey Bunny put a bunch of Adele on the iTunes. I think because she was doing some practice, some vocal work practice. But also I think because she actually liked Adele. I don't. I mean, I don't know anything about her. So I can't like throw that types of shade. She's not somebody like J.K. Rowling where I could say like, oh well, she's just a terrible person. I only know her from her music. as far as vocal range, like ability to sing, I mean, I can't. She has the ability to sing, but like her style is not anything that I'm interested in. It's just really, really not my bag. And the one song that somehow always comes up on my iTunes is Hello. And I have a distinct loathing for Hello because it is so gormless and so maudlin and moosey faced, and it's like I just want to grab the narrator in that song and be like, girl, just get over it. He's moved on. Move on yourself. The fuck are you ringing him up in the middle of the night and leaving these weird-ass messages on his machine? It's kind of embarrassing in a way. I like doing an inversadel where I start the same pitch as the start of the song, but then go deeper when she goes higher. I mean, that works. That definitely works. Anyways, it's about how capitalist modes of being conjure up diagnoses that don't actually exist in order to sell services therapy to consumers, hence diagnosis and therapy being forms of individualized consumption. Huh. I mean, you're not... On one hand, like, Hive, you're not wrong. And I think we could take a look through the history of mental health and our conception of what is mental illness. And we could certainly find a lot of examples of things in the past that were considered mental illness. Even into the recent past, hello, trans, that aren't considered mental illness now and should not be considered mental illness. But on the other hand, I mean, and we've talked about in chat before, but the idea of neurodivergence is definitely a thing. And there are definitely modes of neurodivergence that are distressing to the person experiencing them. Like, for example, depression. I use that as an example because it's the one that I know most intimately. And those things should definitely have a route to diagnosis and treatment, don't you think? Unless I'm kind of misreading what you're saying. On one hand, I feel therapy is a valid form of treatment, and on the other hand, there's a vast misuse of diagnosis and treatment for capitalist, racist, and political ends. That part there, we're definitely in the same like wheelhouse on that bit. Thinking specifically as to what you've mentioned afterwards about the Cards with Humanity, that mental health and the diagnosis treatment process can definitely be weaponized against people who are, well, who are people of color. In this particular instance, black. People who are cumbersome, I guess you could say, in a social sense. Like people that society doesn't want to deal with. I absolutely wouldn't be allowed to teach in most schools if people knew I was plural. I mean, unfortunately, probably not. I cannot be officially diagnosed with anything, lest I risk never getting the only way to safe employment in teaching, government contract. I don't think diagnosis and therapy are necessarily individualized consumption because that places the active party as the patient when the system pushes and sometimes forces diagnosis and therapy. Whew. What happened to Adele's voice? Well, so... like... how do you thread that needle then? Because... there are definitely folks that would benefit from help, but the system as it's standing now, as you're saying here in chat, well, I mean, we've known the system's broken, but it seems well broken. It's much more complex than saying capitalism has created a new form of consumption and therefore it is a purely capitalist object and therefore inherently immoral. I mean, that's kind of like the thing, is like, I guess that's where I'm coming from, that, I mean, I've been trying to, and it's taken a long time, but I've been trying to shift my view of neurodivergence / mental illness to be more in line with physical injuries or ailments, because those are more easily seen as deserving of treatment. Like the old thing about, you know, if you've got a broken leg, you know, of course you go to a doctor. You want to get that leg set and healed. But we look at a lot of forms of mental health issues where people don't go to seek treatment because of the whole host of these ancillary social concerns that revolve around, you know, how we view neurodivergence. So, like, on one hand, we've got a deeply flawed system that doesn't seem to be helping a lot of people. But on the other hand, psychological help, to me, seems definitely like something that should be promoted. I'm gonna leave a pause there. Not a pause in the stream, but just like a pause, because I don't know how to untether these two particular concepts. I'm kind of throwing it out to chat to see what y'all think. Now, brought to you by me, for me, let the martial arts tournament begin. Wah! What a cheer. Is he really that famous? Or is he just really strong? Either way, now I'm excited. Give me your best shot, weaklings, and fight away, tough guys. I will grant the winner permission to challenge me. Who will be the one sobbing tears of glory and trembling from happiness? Will it be you guys, the challengers? Or will it be... Anyway, it's a one-time only tournament, so enjoy it, that's all. Calm down, me. I need to take deep breaths. Woo! There are movements towards having more collaboration-focused mental health treatment where patients can discuss with a therapist whether they want a diagnosis what kind of recovery they want, and etc. For example, I brought up about diagnosis therapy operating in a purely capitalist mode is how the DSM-5 was delayed due to arguments about whether or not juvenile schizophrenia should be included as a diagnosis. There was lobbying from Big Pharma to get it included so they could sell antipsychotics to a new market. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. To jump up to buttons, just before we kind of unpack what you just dumped in, Hive, and I don't want to use dump as a pejorative verb, but just like that's a heavy thing that you put down there. That sounds like a really positive path forward, buttons. Making it less where the doctor has all the power and the patient is just accepting diagnosis and treatment paths. I don't really have a strong idea about how treatment works because for a lot of reasons, and this would have probably been a good topic for earlier in the stream as opposed to like 2.5 hours into the stream, but for a lot of reasons I've avoided seeing therapists. I've avoided seeing getting mental health care, even though there's times in my life where I feel like I definitely needed it. I've seen the example of the patient with schizophrenia who may decide that they'd prefer to learn skills to cope with hallucinations instead. Instead of being on medication, and having that be a route to try and have it be okay. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the idea here and maybe like to move away from the purely physical health analogy that I used earlier about a broken leg, because with broken legs there's generally one way to treat a broken leg. You know, you set it and then you case it off and let it heal on its own. But maybe looking at it more as like speech therapy, where there are a number of ways to produce certain sounds, depending on what issues the patient has with those sounds, whether it is a physical issue like a cleft palate, or whether they're issues like stuttering, helping them find an alternative way to make the sound that works for them in a consistent way. And one method for one patient might not be the best method for another patient, but as long as the result is a similar result, as long as the result is a stable result. Wanting to check in whether you'd like to return to this topic another day given it's late. I mean, I think it's something that we could build on more in another stream, just because I feel like it's really, really beefy and it's really good. It's an exceedingly solid topic that I'd like to dig into. Which is not to say that you have to stop talking about it now. Please don't. We still got some time in the stream before it wraps up. But this might be something I think that we swing around to again in a future stream, because I'd really, really like to hear everyone's ideas on this one. The solution here is having more therapeutic options. I just want to be mindful of your time zone and energy reserves. Thank you so much, Buttons. I do appreciate that very, very much. I think what we're probably going to do as far as stream is we're going to wrap up this one map. I don't think I'm going to do the other maps because it's easy to get distracted. So whatever we fit in the conversation in that time frame, and then we can just kind of like leave the rest of it to do in another time. I think it's good to start packing up on this topic as part of good practice, not to unpack more than you have time to repack. Y'all looking out for me? You're a bunch of sweeties. You really are. My legend will not waver, whether Adele is here or not. Hello? But I can't be too careful, so... Master! Master? Where are the dreams that I've been after? Master? Master? Promised only lies. Master, Master, all I hear is seas of laughter. Master, Master, laughing at my cries. Fix me? Which also, Master of Puppets, if I recall, is a... Unless I'm mixing up my songs. No, Master of Puppets does... No, Chotomate. Welcome Home Sanitarium is the mental health song off of Master of Puppets. Master of Puppets is an addiction song. Now, those are in the same room, but not necessarily the same topic. Good news, I made progress in the drawing in the LSRS. Oh, checking it out. Checking it out right now. Also, that was crunchy. And gross. Oh! Yes, Kronos, it is looking good. The gray background feels like it works better than the green background that you did in the earlier drawing. I feel like the gray makes the green of the wristbands pop a little bit better. I have a slightly unique perspective, and that is, I am a psychologist by training, and I've been a counselor and a mental health consumer. Huh. Yeah, I could definitely see how that might color your perceptions on the particular issue. I just need to change the background colors so I can see the empty spaces better. Oh? The world is all about money. For the sake of money, I'll use all my power. Hold on a second. Disgaea 2, and you've got Rosalind, who's all about the money. Disgaea 4, and you've got Volcanus, who's all about the money. Disgaea 5, and you've got Seraphina, who's all about the money. Like, Disgaea feels like it's got some real issues with how it presents women. Also, I may or may not have to drop off early, assuming I stay for the rest of the stream. That leaves me 2 hours of rest before the appointment. Kronos, if you need to drop off, please do. Get your rest. Be full of energy for your appointment. You don't have to stay. I'm always happy to have you here. You're always welcome to stay. But if you've got to get some rest, like, it is super cool. And I'm certainly not going to throw any stones on you. I am the Dark Hero. I'll do anything to accomplish my goals. Sorry for making you guys wait. First, I need the weaklings to hit the bricks. This is a battle for survival. The final two left in the ring will advance to the finals. Now I'll pass the broadcasting duties to my splendid manager, a succubus with, ahem, 1,000 years of broadcasting experience. Margaret! Alright, let's do this thing and be done with it. Now everyone, make some noise. Begin! Okay, I mean, like, if you let us, we'll totally do it. Do I only get to use Kiria? Can I use everyone? Oh god, we got everyone. Alright. That never works. I don't know why I keep on trying to use it. Satsumi. Kill everyone with your rising heavens. And Disco? Oh, but definitely Usalia. I mean, Usalia needs to be in the ring, because she's gonna knock off everybody too. Or most everyone. Hopefully, most everyone. Let's see how these folks do first. Hiya! Why? I honestly have no idea why this headset microphone just crackles so much. Boof? Alright, we just got 2 more to deal with. That's like nothing. Is easily a minor concern. Although I don't know if we need to kill Adele or not. Your headset tries to eat Cocoa Puffs when it thinks you aren't listening. I mean, yeah, that seems about right, to be perfectly honest. Because it definitely has a Cocoa Puffy sound. Poor Adele is not even going to get like a single turn here. Would you like to kill Adele? I mean, if we're talking about real world meat space Adele, no. No, I would not like to kill Adele. As far as I know. If we're talking about Disgaea 2 Adele, you know, he's not the worst main character. He's certainly not the most annoying main character. He kind of just exists. Wah wah. I hate computers and I would love to kill Adele. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I can't speak against that. Woo, this is tougher than I expected. In what game mode are you playing, Kiria? That was tougher than you expected? We wiped the map with those people. We even had like a free turn where we just gave up a character's move because we wanted to test something. that's it. The two finalists have been decided. Whoa! The stage clear screens are definitely a thing. I don't remember which one just showed up. Was it the one where they're doing the like it's in the swimming pool? Because that's I could see how that might be a thing. I had my shower, shaved my face, washed it and brushed my teeth. Refreshment accomplished. Bikini one. The bikini one is yes. As much as I do like Disgaea. I do think it's an interesting series. It's very chunky mechanically. I think it's a lot of fun to play around with. It has, however, some definite issues about how it presents gender and how it presents boobs. There are a lot of characters who are volubly unhappy that they're flat-chested. There's a lot of drawing the line between being a woman and having like a rack, like a full rack going on in front. It's part of their humor model. It's not particularly funny. It's very... I mean, it feels very 80s in its comedy styling, but it is a consistent point throughout every Disgaea game. So you kind of just have to roll with it, unfortunately. Yes-ish. I mean, there aren't any children in Disgaea 5. Like, children. In Disgaea 5 except for Usalia. And maybe possibly Zeroken. His character model is a little bit difficult to read, but I feel like he's meant to be, like, teenager. But none of the other character models are intended to be underage. Except maybe Raspberry, but Raspberry is a DLC character from Disgaea 3. I don't think, and they've never read to me, like the Archer character and the Clergy character have never read to me as underage, although I can see that reading even if I don't share it. But yeah, I mean, Disgaea's definitely got its hang-ups. It's not a perfect series, it's certainly not a progressive series. It does have exploding penguins, which I do appreciate. Woof. Well, this was ended up being a lot. Kind of the shame sometimes of the streams is that, like, sometimes the really good topics come up at a time like too late in the stream to really unpack. I want to write down that one that we were talking about because I don't want to forget it, because I think that's like a really good one to unpack. And let's see. Mental health, diagnosis, plus treatment, plus morality. Also, Disgaea, WTF. Hopefully, by writing these notes, I will actually remember what we talked about. Because I completely forgot, like, Thursday's stream. And what we talked about in Thursday's stream, except for 10 Tiny Kittens saying all I got from that conversation was knife plus titty. No context. Don't remember. But I had a good time with this one. I'm glad that we got to have the extra stream, because we didn't, like, this week's schedule got kind of fucked up. Wednesday I slept. Knife titties. Your guess is as good as mine, Black Lamb. I'd have to go back to the VOD to actually figure out what the hell we were talking about. It just popped up like, oh, this was a thing that was said in the last stream, and I don't know why it was said. Yeah, Wednesday got, we lost Wednesday because I slept. And then we didn't do Friday because I slept. Oh, well, there you go, Hive. That explains it. I guess I was getting stabbed in the breast. And just accepting that. That sounds like a thing I would totally do. Tomorrow's stream is going to be dreams. And if I understand correctly... if I understand correctly, there's been like a dreams event. And there might be like a bunch of new content. New content as far as like community content. I don't think new content from actually Media Molecule. But some of the things I've seen coming up on Twitch, Jinaktet, Twitter, have been very good looking. Like, surprisingly solid looking. So there might be some pretty cool stuff for us to take a look at tomorrow. Next week, Wednesday and Thursday, will be Doot. And we're getting into the areas of Doot that I have absolutely no knowledge of, because they're past anything that I played, and they're past any of the Let's Plays that I watched. So that's kind of exciting. And next Sunday will be another Little Big Planet, but that's next Sunday, not tomorrow. Yeah, but this was a nice little relaxing, chill stream. I wish that we kind of got to some of the topics that we talked about a little bit earlier, but they will be on the docket for streams in the future. We didn't talk about skull fucking, which I appreciate, because that's a whole topic that needs to be unpacked, and it's one of those topics where it's really funny for me to talk about, but at the same time it's also really gross, and probably there should be like a lot of content warnings if we're gonna dig into that one, no pun intended. But not really, to be honest. Like, the takeaway is just don't do it. And if that's all that you take away, then you're probably in a safer place as far as your interactions with the metabolically challenged. I think it just amuses me in the darkest possible gallows humor way. I think it amuses the living shit out of me, but it's also not really necessarily something that we need to get into, and we've done it before. We don't necessarily need to do it again. I had a lot of fun tonight. It was very relaxing. It was very cool. It's always really good to see all of you. We had somebody new drop in tonight, BD Deadly. BD Deadly 1999, if I got the name correctly. BD, I don't know if you're still hanging out in chat. If you're not, it's certainly okay, but it was nice to have you here. And I hope you feel comfortable enough to drop back by again sometimes in the future. And to all of y'all, all of my wonderful chat regulars, you're better than I deserve, and I do appreciate every time you drop in. But I super need to have a bio break, so we're gonna take off now. From me, Disco, here in Osaka, to all of you out there, Hive. Damn it, Hive. You can't say something like that right at the end of the stream. To all of you out there, wherever you may happen to be, thank you, arigato, sayonara, see you, and ciao.